pre-show. But just remember, like I said, we do the first 15 minutes on social media platforms, posted up there for you to enjoy. And if you like you want the rest of it, you want to enjoy the rest of it, you have to go to rantsofizzo.com. You can either get the podcast version or the vidcast. Live in 2 minutes. Just about 1 minute. We're live on Spreely Media. It's Speak Freely, Spreely.com. Gorgeous, how are you?
Hey, beautiful, how are you?
I'm all right, man. I'm kind of sexy as shit.
You excited?
I'm kind of, because I don't know. I'm going to be really partial to the bandana. Talk to me.
It's nearby in case this.
All right, I appreciate that.
It's nearby.
30 seconds. All right, let's do a show here.
Sit down, shut up, and pay attention.
Damn!
This is the Rants of Izzo Show with your hosts, Dominick Izzo, from porn to politics. We touch every third rail we can find. You might want to put your headphones on so your mom can't hear this. It's been called the most entertaining 60 minutes on the internet, and it starts now. Let's do this.
All right, enjoying this fabulous Wednesday with everybody here. Rants of Izzo Show on Spreely Media. We got St. Nicholas Day, if you're into that kind of stuff, because it is the holidays here. Used to be, I always thought it was December 7th, but it's not. That's Pearl Harbor Day. So I remember as a kid going to Catholic grammar school, you'd wake up on St. Nicholas Day, and there would be a couple stockings filled, well, 3 for us kids. Stockings filled with, like, candy and little kind of Christmas incentives. So if you still do that tradition, that's awesome, man. Happy St. Nicholas Day for those of you out there. For the rest of the world who are all grown-ups, go to fucking work. Or if you're already there, you're working there. Hi, dude. You all right today?
Merry Christmas, dude. I love it, man. Check out the big-ass snowflake. Isn't that beautiful?
Okay, I take that back to a degree. I actually like that one. I am going to be partial to the Karate Kid bandana, whatever, but I will tolerate that one because I think it's sexy.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a good look on me. Blue is my color, matches my eyes and my balls. So, yeah.
All right, debate is tonight. I don't care. I'm not going to watch it. I guess we'll cover this for exactly. Isn't there a debate tonight?
Fuck if I know. I'm not. If it is, I'm not in the loop.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, it's tonight, isn't it? The DNC or RNC debate.
I mean, you mean the 3 losers that polling all together don't have 30%?
4: Nikki Haley, Chris Christie, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Ron DeSantis.
Chris Christie, by the way, prefers that you announce him as the king of Golden Corral.
Is this fat joke?
That's what a spokesperson said the other day.
Fat joke?
Yeah, I'm fat, so I can joke. You know?
I don't, dude. I'm fat. I don't give a shit. That's fine. There, we covered it. We covered the debate in less than 60 seconds. It's on tonight. You want to watch it? Have at it. Enjoy it. I don't care about it at all. I do think that
It's exactly what she said.
you gotta get sick of that button soon. That's like
It's only been like 3 days, and you're every time I hit it, I could your face is like motherfucker.
you're about 10 to 15 years too late.
I am. Yeah. Well, I don't know. It came up on my Amazon feed, and I was like, who does not need a
That's what she said.
That's what she said button that says that's what she said
That's what she said.
so many different ways, right? Who doesn't need this, Tom? Listen,
That's what she said.
see, who doesn't need this?
That's what she said.
It works no matter how many times you play it. It's amazing.
For those who are unaware, that was made famous by the character Michael Scott in the American version of The Office, which I first saw The Office in 2009. I was dating a girl. She insisted I watch it, and I was like, okay, fine. And then I was like, okay, this is great. I actually really like The Office. That's 2009.
The Office is much better than when a girl asks you to watch Friends, though. You have to agree with me there, right?
A girl's never asked me to watch Friends.
Okay, good. All right, me either. I was just making that out there for small talk.
Friends was 1997, 98, around there too.
It's still popular for some reason.
Yeah. That was when ER was on and everything.
Yeah, I didn't like ER because I was never a big fan of Grey's Anatomy or ER because as a man, it's hard to compete with the Dr. McDreamies of the world. You know, no woman is watching Grey's Anatomy because of the plot.
Okay.
I think I'm fair to say that. What do you think?
I liked him in Can't Buy Me Love. That was a good movie. Excuse me. I'm choking like crazy today. All right. 13-year-old boy in Florida has been accused of stabbing his mother to death while she was sleeping. Is she dead? I think she's dead. Yeah, stabbing his mother to death while she was sleeping. He's been charged with first-degree adult murder as an adult. Derek DeRosa, 13, allegedly killed his mother. I love how we still protect this shit. I mean, it is. Yeah, we're in a society.
Allegedly killed his mother, who is in the ground.
Right. We're still a society of innocent until proven guilty, except for when it really matters. Killed his mother on October 12th in their Hialeah apartment in front of her newborn baby, authorities said. Rosa was charged.
Hialeah?
Sure. Rosa was charged with first-degree murder by Miami-Dade grand jury, which places him in an adult felony court for this case.
They're going to put a 13-year-old in with hardened inmates? Is that what we're hearing?
I don't know. Rosa his first court proceedings was at a bond court hearing in Florida on Friday, where he was ordered to be held with no bond and remanded to Miami-Dade Juvenile Detention Center. At the hearing, Rosa's father and grandmother testified on behalf, hoping the judge would release him on house arrest. Hialeah,
I'd want the little Freddy Krueger running around, wouldn't you?
No. Hialeah police said that the deadly incident unfolded around 11:30 p.m. on October 12th, and that officers responded after they got a call from a teen saying he'd murdered his mother. Oh, wow. Officers found 39-year-old dead in her bedroom next to a crib with a 14-year-old baby was found unharmed. 14-day-old baby was found unharmed.
Oh my God.
Audio of the 911 call to police obtained by the media stated that revealed the boy that he took photos of the mother's body and sent them to a friend on social media. In the audio, which was redacted, Rosa is heard asking dispatch to send the police to his home, but saying he does not know his address. His voice is notably shaken in his responses. Dispatch is heard as him asking, "I need to know if your mom is breathing," to which he responded, "Ma'am, she's dead," adding, "There's blood all over the floor." He said the newborn sister was sleeping in the crib. Asked whether he had harmed her, he replied, "I didn't touch her. I didn't want to touch my sister." Rosa said his stepfather had two guns. One he took with him out of the house and one he left in the home. The team said he wanted to kill himself and loaded the gun, and couldn't find it, but he left it on the sofa. All right, so give me your thoughts on that for a second. And I want to go really different path on this because I think there's something more to this that people are not paying attention to.
First off, who's he hanging out with? You always look at that as if you're investigating, number one. Number two, what's going on in the home? Could it have been an abusive situation? We don't know, right? I mean, women can be abusers just like men. I used to sit on the board of directors of a women's shelter. There were just as, this is going to sound crazy, there were just as many men that came into the shelter as women for help.
No, it doesn't sound crazy. It goes unreported with men. Men don't report half as much.
It does, because men are. I have a. This is a true story. I have a buddy who was a police officer, and he used to tell his story around the country. He used to speak around the country, and he would show up to work, and he would have like bruises, like somebody had beat the crap out of him all over. I have a point to this, and what would happen is his wife would hide somewhere in the house every day, and he wouldn't know where she was. She would throw like a blanket over his head and beat the shit out of him with like a bat. And he was too embarrassed to tell his department or his colleagues, his fellow officers, or even his partner what was going on. It's a true story.
Yeah.
And he came and spoke at our women's shelter 2 or 3 times to tell this story, so that we would not think that men could not also be abused. And but he couldn't, he wouldn't retaliate, he wouldn't do anything, but she just beat the crap out of him for years, and he finally left. So my point is, you don't know what somebody's going through. I'm not trying to stick up for what happened here. I mean, obviously murdering your mother is a horrible situation.
No, all behavior has meaning. All behavior has meaning. So this came from somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, we don't know. Maybe she's abusive. Maybe she's punching the kid. Maybe she's verbally berating him. I don't know the situation in the home. I mean, I'm obviously, if you're looking at it from a law enforcement perspective, they're going, okay, we've got the confession, we've got the murder weapon. He's standing over the body. I mean, prosecutors, as you know, they love a cut and dry, simple thing. They don't want to dig into any of the details. So a prosecutor, if he can just have a slam closed thing and go back to, having his stake, he's cool with that, right? He doesn't care.
Yeah, it's a numbers game. They just want numbers.
Yeah, prosecute another one. Got, boom, give me my bonus. And that's pretty much what they're looking at.
I want to look at this a couple different ways. Number one, like the stabbing, that's crime. Like, I will generalize this. Shootings, if somebody says, somebody shot their mother, I'm thinking white kid. You do not see a lot of black crimes against parents, and you really don't see a lot of Hispanic crimes against parents. Whites, I would have first thought this was a white kid. It's what it sounds like. And then with the stabbing aspect of it, that definitely is Hispanic. We had a Hispanic guy who stabbed his 9-month pregnant girlfriend or whatever, like 48 times.
Hey, by the way, quick question. Was that a double homicide?
I don't remember. I don't even remember how that charge. It was like 2003.
Well, it would definitely be considered. That's why I always argue on the abortion issue when somebody says, oh, it's my body, my choice. But if you murder a pregnant woman, it's a double homicide.
Right.
Weird how that works.
Right.
Sorry.
When I saw the guy, because I wasn't on scene, but I had to feed him because he was in the jail cell or whatever. And you have to feed them once a day before they go to bond court.
The guy who stabbed the person.
Yeah, he was behind the cell door, and the cell doors were solid with a little glass square.
Did he look like Hannibal Lecter crazy?
I'm getting there.
I'm excited.
See, unlike you, when I tell stories, I give details. Here's a Matt Couch story. Man, got up this morning, took a shit. It was great. I would be like, got up this morning, and the pressure I felt on my anus from all the shit I ate the night before, I don't know, it was really bubbling over my stomach. You got to learn how to build stuff up. It's just, it was there. The point being is this guy through the glass, when I looked at him, was fucking not there. He was soulless. So I've always said this.
Lights are on, nobody's home type, right?
I've always said this, is that when you take crimes like this, that stabbing, there's a great book. It's called On Killing by Lieutenant Colonel Dave Grossman. And he's got On Killing, On Combat. In On Killing, he talks about the relationship between sex and killing. And I'm going to paraphrase this. And how we made it more difficult and taboo over time. Like back in the 1800s, it was not common for common folk to have 3 or 4 bedroom homes. So if you've ever seen the movie Dances with Wolves, they're in the teepee, they're sleeping, and the parents are having sex, and one of the kid rolls over and looks. Yeah, because they're all in the same place together, right? That's where they were limited to do it. So as time went on, we started to shame the act of sex, and you got to make it dirty and private. Not that you want your kids watching, but my point is you can't do it in front of people anymore. You get where I'm going. The same thing was with killing, where back in the 1800s. I have to assume that funeral parlors weren't really a common thing. And if grandpa died on the farm, well, you cleaned him, you prepared his body, and then you put him in the ground, right? The daughters went out and they slaughtered the chicken and plucked it for that night's dinner. They didn't have supermarkets readily available. So as time went on, we made it more like you can't get it. Like Ashley and I did a show like last year. It was like, man, if the world goes to shit, I don't even know how to clean a rabbit. I got rabbits all over the place. I got a 22. So it's like, damn. And we looked online how to clean a rabbit. And we both were like, what the fuck? But so that's how it is today. When it comes down to killing, studies have shown that if you face a guy with a gun, the closer they are to you, the more likely you're about to get robbed. The further away they are, 7 feet or greater, you're more likely to get shot. And then you increase that distance, it's easier and easier and easier to kill somebody, right? We're in a day and age where drone strikes or something now, and a guy or a gal behind a computer screen can have that done. But to murder somebody with your bare hands or up close or a knife is extremely intimate, hence the correlation between the act of sex and murder and violence. And I found, and if you ever do knife training, there are some people who do knife classes, and they'll get like a pig carcass, and they'll have you stab it to show that when you repeatedly do it, the grip on the knife gets very, very saturated with blood. So you could potentially lose your grip, slide down the knife, cut your own self to pull out of the carcass. There's like a suction action because tissue and blood is keeping it in. So there's a lot of it going in there. To do that act, to plunge a knife into a human being, a person that that's not an act of rational thinking. Would you agree with